Hi, I'm Saf Williams. I'm Curator and Marketing Manager for Brookfield Properties here in London. We just want to welcome you to this exciting exhibition by Matt Smith, who is the inaugural recipient of the Brookfield Properties and Crafts Council Collect Award. We first met Matt Smith at Collect last year, and we are excited to bring tenants and visitors to 99 Bishopsgate, a museum quality exhibition and a sort of refreshing take on the workplace space.
The show takes work from the last 10 years, and one of the central themes of my practice is looking at history and museum collections and trying to identify who's talked about and who's ignored, and looking at the gaps about who gets silenced within museum collections and who gets to be heard. I work with two main materials, ceramics and textiles, and I started working with ceramics. I was interested in the legacy and permanence of it, how it's the core of most archaeological digs, how it talks about history and it records lives. And more recently I've moved into textiles. I've been very interested in the gendering of textiles, and particularly with the hobby kit needle points that are usually made based on paintings done by named men and then turned into hobby kits made by usually unknown women, and then unpicked and restitched by myself, a named man, and they move from the fine art into craft and back into the fine art world. I'm a big fan of the 18th century and how louche and decadent it can seem. But in terms of other artists, I'm really interested in institutional critique and museum interventions and how we can unpick historic collections to find out where the gaps are and who hasn't been talked about, and how museums privilege certain ways of living over others. When I'm working with museums, I'm often most interested in the narratives that get left behind or silenced. And I think my audience would be the people who want to think, who want to come in and question, and not to upset the audience or the museum, but to help people unpick why the museum does what it does, and where the pitfalls are in that practice. Within a more traditional fine art setting, I've got to say, to a large extent I make for myself. I make the things I want to see, and then I've been lucky enough that there are other people who want to come along on that journey with me.